Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Kate Okoli. I was just trying this secret mask today. It looks really nice. I was just going to use it to do this broadcast just for a change. Today, I'm going to be talking about self love, self love, self love. Why it is important for you to believe in yourself. Self love. I have come to realize that if you don't love yourself, you will expose yourself to a lot, because there's a lot going on out there in friendships, in relationships, in business. Even if you are an employee, you're working for an employer. If you don't love yourself and you're able to say to people, enough is enough. This is unacceptable. I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to take this. Whatever it is that causes you pain, that causes you anxiety, that causes you sleepless nights, that causes you tears, in the hands of friends, in the hands of maybe your spouse, in the hands of your children, amongst your professional colleagues, even in the business world, if you're not able to to put a stop to whatever it is, to say, okay, you know what, enough is enough. You got to be able to teach people how to treat you. Because I realize that a lot of times, even the people who cause others such pains, they may not even know that what they are doing is wrong. They may not even know that they are hurting you. But because you are accepting it, because you are overlooking it, because you are not having a conversation, a one-on-one conversation with them to say, you know what, this thing you are doing to me is hurting me. This thing you are doing to me is causing me tears. Whatever it is, it can be in their conduct. It can be spoken words. It can be the way they come across. So a lot of times people want to join the Joneses. They want to be in the midst of happening friends. They want to belong. They want to, so you're in the midst of your friends. You are never acknowledged. You are never accepted. You kind of put in the background, and you just keep going. And you are in a relationship with a friend, just ordinary friendship. All they do is, that particular friend does, is to take from you. All they want to do is to take. They take from you financially. They take from you emotionally. They take your time. They take your resources. And you are in that relationship 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You cannot get one single positive advice from that person, from that friend. You cannot get even a cup of water from that friend. You cannot get, so you need to be able to sit back to say, what am I in this friendship for? The reason why it's important that I'm saying this is because I've come to realize that the world is filled up with a lot of selfish people. So if you give people the opportunity to exploit you, they will use your time, they will use your resources, they will use your finances, they will use everything. They will drain you even emotionally, and you will not get a thank you. You will not get a thank you from them, and then they will leave you high and dry. And then you become a very unhappy person. So it's not a matter of saying, let's say, for example, you're in a relationship and you're saying, hey, but the guy is really nice, or the girl is really nice, and yet the person is causing you pain, the person is causing you hurt, and you are giving excuses on behalf of this person. You are sugarcoating the relationship. It's like a painted sepulcher. You are painting the relationship. So especially in these days of social media, you're painting it so beautifully, because you want your friends to actually think that you're happy in that relationship. You want people your followers on social media to actually think that you're happy in that relationship. So you are giving a false impression about what is going on in your life. You don't owe nobody any explanation as to what is going on in your life. But if you must put it out there, please, can you be genuine about it? Can it be like something that truly, truly causes you happiness? You understand? Because there's a lot of deception that is going on right now. Even when people are not happy, they kind of give a wrong impression, and a lot of people are getting actually, they're, getting depressed. Some of them are sick in hospitals. Some of them are suicidal, and they just keep going on and on and on and giving a wrong impression about what is going on in their life. That is not encouraging. It's not motivational at all. So be able to let people set a boundary. Always set a boundary. Be able to say, you know what, enough is enough. You don't really need to scream your head off. You need to have a matured conversation with that man, with that woman who is causing you pain, who is causing you distress, who is causing you tears, who you feel is exploiting you. You need to sit down and have a one-on-one conversation with that person to say, you know what, this thing, obviously you've been doing this thing, I don't feel happy about it. I don't feel actualized about it. It's not bringing me happiness. It's causing me pain. It's causing me hurt. Love yourself enough to the extent that you're able to say, no, enough is enough. I'm not going to take this kind of behavior anymore. I'm not going to accept this behavior from this woman. I'm not going to accept this behavior from this friend. I'm not going to accept this behavior from this man. If the person really cares enough, and the person wants to continue in that relationship with you, and they have a listening ear, and they are compassionate enough, they are going to change. Because the purpose of every relationship, whether it's a relationship of friendship, a relationship of marriage, a relationship of partnership, is to take us from point A, when we started that relationship, to a better place in our life, where we feel actualized, where we feel happy, where we feel wanted in life. A relationship is not supposed to be draining. There are some people, they've been in a relationship 20 years, 25 years, 15 years, some 10 years. All that relationship causes them, it's pain, agony, hurt, and they're still holding on to the relationship. They're not doing anything about it. All they do, they go behind and they complain about the man or they complain about the woman, but they're not able to actually face this man or face this woman head on to say, you know what, this thing you're doing to me is causing me pain. This thing you're doing to me is causing me distress. This thing you're doing to me, I'm not happy about it. You need to stop it. You need to turn over a new leaf. They don't have the guts to talk about it with the person that is causing that pain. And so when they go out with their friends, they complain about the same thing. Every day you see them, they complain, oh, this man is doing this to me. In 2 weeks' time, you see them, this man is doing the same thing to me. In 6 months' time, they're complaining about. The thing is, you're not taking steps to address these issues that's causing you a discomfort with the real person who is the perpetrator of this unrest in your life. Life is too short. So it's either people are in or out of your life. The only person that you need, that you cannot do without in life, is God. Every other person, including yourself, you are dispensable. So love yourself enough to be able to address those issues. Love yourself enough to be able to address those discomforts that man causes you, that woman causes you, that child causes you, that friend causes you. Love yourself enough to be able to sit down maturely and have a matured conversation with that person who is causing you so much happiness, to say, you know what, you need to stop. If truly this relationship is important to you, you need to stop. Stop this thing that you're doing to me. Stop this way that you're talking to me. Stop this way that you're treating me. Stop this, this exploitation. Stop it. If you don't stop it, it means the relationship is not important to you and everybody needs to go their separate ways. If truly the relationship is important to that woman, to that man, to that child, they will turn over a new leaf. But the problem, while we are seen to be suffering and smiling, we decide to just tag along. We kind of assume, there's too much assumption and presumption in relationships. If you don't speak to that man or that woman about what they are doing that you don't feel happy about, how do you automatically want them to actually know that what they are doing to you is wrong? Because silence is consent. If you continue to keep quiet because you don't want to kind of, maybe you're scared of losing the man, you're scared of losing the woman, you're scared of losing that friendship, and then you go behind, you complain, you're not helping even that person. Because they might be thinking that you are happy with the way you are being treated by them. They might be thinking that you are happy in the relationship, but you are not happy, and yet you are not addressing it. So that is deception in itself. Love yourself enough to be vocal. Communication is very, very important in every relationship. Effective communication is very, very important in every relationship, be it a relationship of marriage, be it a relationship of friendship, be it a relationship of your relationship between you and your children. Communication, effective communication. Communication that is communication becomes effective when the other party in the relationship begins to understand and to process that relationship. So you've passed out the information to the person, and then you make sure that the person actually understands where you are coming from. The person now processes that information you've given to him or her, deliberates upon it, and then responds to your complaint accordingly. So the response could either if they are listening, if they are sensitive enough to your feelings, and if they value that relationship, they have to make amendments. They have to change. Don't be scared that perhaps you are going to lose that man or you are going to lose that woman. So you are so scared to the extent that you just decide to remain in an unhappy relationship. And yet the person that is actually causing you that unhappiness doesn't even know that they are truly causing you an unhappiness because you've not discussed it with them. So partly, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. You are part of the cause of your problem. So you are part of the problem. Love yourself enough to be able to communicate. Love yourself enough to be able to communicate. Love yourself at every point in time. In your friendships, in your marriage relationships, in your relationship with your children, even in your business relationship, love yourself enough to be able to communicate at every point in time. Speak your mind. Don't stop pretending. Be transparent in your relationships. Be transparent in your communication. Love yourself enough to be able to tell that man or that woman or that child, I am not happy the way you're treating me. I am not happy the way you're treating me in this relationship. These are the things I am not happy about. So, you line it out. If it's one thing or 5 things or whatever, you line it out and you discuss with the person. And there has to be a positive response also from the person. Positive you need to have a feedback, an opportunity to get. You'll be surprised. Maybe the person will be even shocked. I'm sorry, I actually didn't know I was hurting you. You'll be surprised. The person can actually come back to say, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know I was hurting you. I didn't mean it that way. Maybe it's a misinterpretation or misrepresentation of facts. Love yourself enough to communicate. In every relationship, even during courtship, a lot of women, they will be in a relationship with a man during courtship, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You are with a man. You are not bold enough to ask the man, where is this relationship taking us? Where is this relationship leading us? Are we going to get married? Does this relationship have a future? A lot of times women they're just quiet. They're just counting the years. They already started playing the role of a wife, and yet the man has not put a ring on it. So the man has seen them in the morning, how they look in the morning without their makeup, without their wig. They play the role of a wife. They do all the cooking. They cook for his friend. They cook for members of his family. They know every member of his family. They buy gifts for every member of the family. They are already playing the role of a wife, and yet the man has not told them his intentions. And it's been 5 years. They are still scared of asking the man, having a matured conversation to say, hang on a minute, where is this relationship taking us? Are we going to get married? If we're going to get married, it's been 5 years now. Why? What is the delay? What else do you want from me? I've shown you everything about myself. What is stopping? I'm already playing the role of a wife. What is stopping us from getting married? Be bold and confident enough to communicate in every relationship. Don't be scared. I would reckon for the single women, once you've been with a man for more than 1 year, you should be bold enough to sit down, man down, to say, hang on a minute, where is this relationship taking us? What are your plans? What are your intentions? Don't just assume. And then you are counting years on top of, we've been going out for the past 2. How can you be going out with a man for the past 2 years and you don't know his intentions and you are not asking? And a lot of times it's because of the culture, our tradition and culture in Africa has kind of put most women in a kind of round square. We are not. They've obviously intimidated us so much that we're not able to ask questions. Asking a man questions as to the future of a relationship is your right. It's your right. It doesn't mean that you are too forward. That's not true. You sit him down. You ask him, we've been going out for the past 12 months. What is the future of the relationship? What do you want from me? Where is this relationship leading us? When are we going to get married? Ask him. There's nothing wrong in it. Because it's in asking that you actually find out the intentions of the man. Because from that question, the way he responds to you, you'll be able to pick 1 or 2 things to understand that, you know what, this guy is actually not serious. Some of them will come out and say to you, oh, you know what, I'm the 4th child in my family. I'll have to wait for all my 3 brothers that are ahead of me to get married first, before it gets to my turn. There are some families like that. They have to wait for the older ones to get married first. So at that point, you know that he's not serious. Because if he's going to wait for all his 3 older brothers to first of all get married before it gets to his turn, that means that you might need to wait for another 6 years. And your biological clock is ticking as a woman. As a man, he can get married at the age of 60. A 60-year-old man, even a 70-year-old man, can go and pick up a 20-year-old girl and get married. But if you now continue to wait and you are 60, and then you continue actually to wait for another man who will now come and marry you at that age of 60, you wait for him again to do the proposal. For how long are you going to wait? So don't be scared. Ask that man. If you've been going out with a man for a period of 1 year and he's not, he's being nice, he's taking you out, you're doing everything together, ask questions. You must ask questions. Ask him, don't be scared. Where is this relationship leading us? What is the future of this relationship? Where are we going to be in the next 3 to 4 years? What are your intentions? If it's a man who is serious, he will know that you are a confident woman, that you know what you want. Go for it. Ask questions. So if he now starts saying to you, oh, you know what, I want to be able to get this job first, to build a house first, to buy a particular car first, before I can now, I want to train all my younger ones first. I have to help my mother to train all my younger ones first. And then so you now you start using your tongue to count your teeth. You know that guy is not going to be ready in the next 10 years. So if you add 10 years to your own age, time is going. So you move on. You know that he's not ready. It is better to ask And at least you know what your true position is, rather than just assuming. You just keep assuming that it's going to happen one day. He's going to propose. The man is going to propose. You just keep praying, oh, he's going to propose. Every day, every year, he's not proposing. So other admirers, other potential suitors who are now supposed to now, who would have been even more serious, that would have asked for your hand in marriage, you've lost all the opportunities while you are waiting for this man. How on earth can you be going out with a man for over a period of 2 years and you don't know where the relationship is leading you? It's a show of a lack of confidence as a woman. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. Always ask questions. In every relationship, always ask questions. Always be vocal. Always be transparent. Ask questions. Speak up. There's nothing wrong in speaking up. There's nothing wrong in asking questions. It doesn't mean that you are too forward. It means that you know what you want. There's actually nothing wrong in, for the matured singles, say you're over 35. A guy is making passes at you from day one. Ask him questions. You want me? Oh, fine. So, yeah, what are your intentions? From day one, yeah. Because you are 35. There's really no time to waste. Ask him from day one of the outing. Why do you want me? Why are you interested in me? Is it you want just a girlfriend, or you want a wife? Ask questions. Don't be scared. It's your right. It's your right as a woman. Because at the end of the day, if you spend 5 to 10 years with that man and he ends up dumping you for another woman, he hasn't promised you marriage. So you can't say, oh, this man, he broke my heart, he disappointed, because he never told you he was going to marry you. He didn't propose to you. He never proposed to you because you didn't ask questions. You were just assuming, just following him. Oh, I have this boyfriend, and you are counting years. Oh, we've been together for 2 years. We've been together for 3 years. We've been together 4 years, 5. There are some people, they will actually go out with a man for... How can you go out with a man for 10 years? You've not had the confidence enough to ask him, what does he want from the relationship? Meanwhile, you've been cooking for him. You've been cleaning for him. Sometimes you go shopping. He gives you money to go shopping. When there's a kind of, maybe you need to buy extra things, you take your own money, you add to it. You're investing into that relationship, and there is no future in the relationship. Be confident enough to ask questions. From the start of a relationship, a person who asks questions can never be found wanting. So if the man, if after asking questions, he says to you, know what, I want to marry you, and everything, let's start building, to at least you know his intentions. I know that sometimes some men can misrepresent facts. They can just kind of maybe lie, but at least you know you have something to hold on to. He said it, that he was going to marry you. Rather than you just groping in the dark, he hasn't mentioned anything to you. You don't know what his intentions are. Meanwhile, you've already started playing the role of a wife. You've started cooking, cleaning, and doing everything, and then even sleeping with him and everything. Yet you don't know where you're going. You're just groping in the dark. It's a lack of self-confidence that makes a woman do that. And a lot of times it's because our parents of old, they never taught us all these things about how to fix our life, how to fix relationships, about how to be confident. They feel that when you're speaking up as a woman should be seen, not heard. But now we are in the 21st century. A lot of lives have been impacted negatively because of these assumptions and presumptions of old. I heard of a story of a woman who went out with this guy for a period of 10 years. 10 good years. He ended up leaving her for another woman. He married another woman. Even after he married his wife, he would leave his wife and still come back to her. And still keep saying to her, you know what, I didn't know what happened. It looks as if she did something to me. It's you that I want. So he kept on deceiving her continuously, and she was believing him. One thing you must realize, you should, as a woman, you must be confident enough to the extent that you feel that you know what, everybody is dispensable. Nobody's indispensable. If you're asking questions will not make that man leave you, so be it. It means you're not meant to be together in the first place. So ask him questions. So the period of courtship is not a period for you to spend the man's money so he's taking you to expensive restaurants and then you order all the food double. Or he gives you his credit card to be spending. That's not what the period of courtship is for. The period of courtship is a period for investigation. The period when you actually find out, is this the kind of person I want to live with the rest of my life? So ask questions. Always ask questions. In your relationship with that man, in your relationship with that woman, in your relationship with your friends. If obviously you are in a gathering of friends and you don't feel you are part of that relationship, ask questions. Always ask questions. And so in rounding up, one nugget that we need to go back home with all through these week is when God places people in our lives, be it our husbands, our wives, our friends, our children, our colleagues, our neighbors, when God places people in our lives, can we please make their lives better? Can we please sow positive seeds in the life of every man, every woman, every child that God places in our lives? Let's take them from point A to point B, positive impact in the life of that man, in the life of that woman, in the life of that child, in the life of that friend. When God places people in our lives, we must not cause them tears, we must not cause them fear, we must not cause them anxiety, we must not cause them to become depressed, we must not be part of the person that contributed to them being hospitalized in psychiatric hospitals. We must not cause them their early deaths. When God places people in our lives, we must add positively, almost always, to their lives. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be on your way soon. Thank you. God bless you. Have a blessed week ahead. Bye.